Welcome to Animal Gods. For those unaware, this is a puzzle game, puzzle platformer that was put onto Steam yesterday. It is a 2D type game. It's kind of hard to describe because it doesn't really fall into a lot of previous categories. Like most things on the channel, it is an indie game, and I'll be showing you, override, a couple levels, and you can decide whether or not it's worth the purchase for yourself. I really don't know how far I'm going to go into it because I've played one level and I'm not really impressed so far. It is possible that the one level I attempted was just not that great. We'll have to kind of wait and see. I am a hunter. I am a priest. My story is my own. On these strong lands, our gods have fallen. On these cursed lands, our gods are dead, and I use my voice for prayer. Look west, find morning. These are your clues. Look east, find terror. Look south, find hope. And in the north, a gate. So just like Zelda on the NES, they drop you into the game with only those three clues. Go to the west for, I forgot, right to the east was terror, south was hope. So right now you have literally nothing. There's no master sword or anything for you, and depending on where you go, that will determine what gets unlocked for you. Down here is there's a lot of platform sections, but this is probably the big one. So this is fairly open-ended. You get to choose which of the three routes you want to go to. There is no effective health as far as I know. It's one-hit kill. Maybe different in the sword area. I don't know for certain. But here we are. The Lion God. Gardens of Gwyn. Cloak of Flame. So when you're on these platforms, you can use the cloak. These, the green ones. This allows you to bypass. This is a checkpoint, in case you're wondering. The smaller circles sometimes give you insight on some of the story, or clues about the area, one of the two. That purple water looks like some sort of poison. So there's your clue. Touch the purple water, die. Big circle's a checkpoint. When you die, you come back to this. So if you come into contact with the purple water, you die. But if you use your cloak, you can pass through. So I'm using an Xbox controller in case you're wondering. The cloak button is A. You can change it on the settings before opening the game, but it's up to you on what you're most comfortable with. So all in all, it's a little straightforward, but you'll see that the puzzles get a little rougher. And I'd be a little hesitant to describe this as a puzzle. It's more of a strict platformer. So right here, I hit the purple water, so I got sent back to the last checkpoint. Like I said, one-hit kill. And since I've been here before, I kind of want to mash the A button to speed through. But the purple water will get you here and there. So here we are back again. And right here, these you need to get kind of close to. These are teleporters to move you forward. So this is your first taste. You will get a secondary cloak ability once you get far enough in here. In case you're wondering, the teleporter itself serves as a checkpoint, so if I hit the water, I just go back there. New checkpoint, new platforms. And there's no fear of going to the edge of a platform. You can wait for it to come back down, go back up, whatever. The only thing you have to worry about is hitting this purple water. New checkpoint. And sometimes you need to step back because you go the same distance regardless of how long you hold the button. So part of the trick is just judging distance. checkpoint. We go around. As for this one, we'll jump the 2. Let your faith grow tall. And here they're getting a little bit more annoying. But right around here I think is when we get the secondary ability, which allows you to go further. And to make things a little bit more complicated, they add in the diagonal torrents, I guess you could describe these as. And there we go to a new checkpoint. So for this section you get a story segment if you can clear all of these. Other than the story segment, there's no real incentive to coming over here. A diary rests here. It reads Diary 14/18. Silly me. I think I'm acting a little silly. We are at the gardens again today, drinking the water and sharing the truth of our hearts with each other as always. But today Jessa drank the water with us as well. When it was my turn to speak, I spoke of the hope that blossoms inside of me because of our great city. Jessa seemed really pleased. We took a walk together afterwards. His fingers brushed against my hand. I think he wanted to hold it, but I was too shy to grab on. And now I can't stop thinking about it. Silly me, silly Juliet. Jessa's the king, in case you're wondering. That's why he was pleased that people are satisfied with the city. Now you do have the option to just suicide into these if you want to go back to the checkpoint. Otherwise you can manually do it like so. But as far as I know, there's no incentive to gain the story segment. Forward. Crap. So now we have to dodge purple water in addition to the moving platforms. So here is where you have to get the power up. Lion says, go right. Bad lion. So if you go right, if you look in the top right corner, you'll see a much bigger purple segment that we simply can't get through. We need the upgraded cloak to do so. So in order to get that, we have to go left. Okay, I'm gonna try jumping both. So we're going to loop around here. This will take us back to the closest thing there is to a world map. So if you remember, we entered the door to the left. This time we are coming out that door to the right. I don't really know what's down that bridge that's just left of me. I never went over there. To be honest, I don't know how long the game is in the first place, so it's possible there could be only like 6 areas before the game ends. A diary rests here. It reads Diary 15/18. Lonely Hearts. I suppose I can tell you the truth, Diary. Jessa seems to be interested in me. Today he talked to me, little old nothing Juliet. He took me to the gardens again. He told me how important I am to him and his church. And he told me how important my heart is. He said that once I truly find myself, I can share my heart and my love with others. I think he likes me. He really, really likes me. Little old me, little old Juliet. So now that we're back out here, I can't actually use the cloak. But there is a door down here that we can go into where we'll get our power up. So if you notice the plus sign, we can now hold the A button to generate this little shield, and we go much further. So right there, it's the space bar if you're playing with the keyboard, and if you look, we can't clear that on our own. But if we use the big one, we can. So you have to judge the gaps here and determine, do I need to use the big one, do I need to use the little one, or what? And let's say you didn't charge it up. You can always use the ability into the wall to generate space, and then you can charge and then get over. So I'm going to see if I can jump 2. And I don't remember where I think the diary entry is over here. And as you can see, they're throwing a lot of the big ones at me. A diary rests here. It reads Diary 16/18, Queen. If Jessa is a king, do you think I might be his queen? Oh my, what a thing to dream of. It's silly, but I can't stop thinking about it. I can't think of much, to be honest. I don't remember where I am or why I'm here. I don't think I have lived here all my life. I drink water with people who I call my family, but I don't think they are my family. Jessa says they are my family, and he has a lot of this stuff figured out. I might as well trust him. He's been so kind. So, my first impression upon reading that was thinking the water is brainwashing people, it might be drugged or something. People are being abducted from various parts, etc., etc. But there's more to be found. So if you remember that segment where we had to choose between left or right, we now have the means to go right. These are clean waterways, so we don't have to worry about the poison. But things are going to get a little bit tougher here. Checkpoint. Damn. Some of the hit detection here sucks. You'll see what I mean when we get to the actual God awakening part. So to cross the bigger gaps, we have to use the bigger cloak charge. And I can't tell, I think that one's stationary. Checkpoint. Using the big one to just jump over the entire thing. And once again, we're out here, we're powerless. I don't really get the whole point of empowering players only in certain areas, but that's the game's design for you. So we can go down, or we can go over here. Let's go in here. So with the camera zooming out, you may realize something's going on here. And then when you see that little circle at the edge of the platform, you'll really think something is going on here. And then those red eyes in the distance make you want to say, what the hell am I doing here? Why am I not running? Etc., etc. Listen. Listen to me. Guardian of the Old Flame. Guardian of Gwyn. Guardian of the Southern Watchtower. I release thee. So I know what you're thinking. Here's your boss fight. Well, prepare to be disappointed. So your boss fight is actually just running the track. Seriously. You want to get through all these poison streams without dying, etc., etc. For this one, you need to use the bigger charge, since we had to get over the chasm as well as through the poison water. And while this may like strike fear into you, make you think you need to rush or anything, no, that thing's not moving, period. So I find these easiest to cross at the intersection points. I don't know if that's the same for you, but that's the way I like to do it. And I'm going over here, so I don't have to worry about that massive chasm. And we have our next checkpoint. case you're wondering, you have to do 2 laps. So we're halfway done with the first, and this is one of the annoying segments. And here's where things get a little tougher. So we hit the next checkpoint, and this part isn't as bad, but it's still kind of annoying. So for this one you have to make a ranged estimate on how far back you need to stand for the full charge. If you're right, you get to land here. If you don't, you get to go back and try again. I'm going to use a big one just to bypass this. And I need to use a big one again. Be careful here because the hit detection is really, really awkward. There are times where it'll say you hit the water even though you really didn't. And now they take away 2 of your checkpoints and you have to do it again. So now you only have the halfway points, which makes that segment in the top left extremely, extremely annoying. And unfortunately right there I messed up. There's nowhere to actually charge your dash, so I had to go back across. Like the one thing that really annoys me is like you can't stop your dash early. You can't charge it late. Here we have a visual glitch. There we go. And with that, we're through. Sorry for the radio silence, but I wanted to focus to get through this as fast as possible. But that's our first level. The Lion God is awakened. That will cause an achievement to pop, the LG. There's still the spider, and I think the other one's a snake. So if you look at the gated door, we're 1/3 of the way there. This time we can go to the left. Now this part I am playing blind. I don't really know what to find. I don't know if this was the sign that said terror or mourning, but we'll find out. There's something written here. Looks like some sort of diary. The passage is titled A Better Place. 2 out of 18. I'm here. I'm finally here. We're finally here. I made a good decision to come here. I'm in a better place. Juliet. Where's the animal god? Like, right now is when the dash would come in handy just so I can move faster across the map. I don't really know why they make you move so painfully slow, but it's one of the game's features. And one of the things I definitely have to hold against it. Unfortunately, like Zelda, the overworld here doesn't have... Well, even in Zelda, there are a lot of instances where the overworld is fairly boring. And this one's even worse. Like, combat to this game is an extreme minimum. You will not find any abundance of it. Like, there was none for that platforming section, but for the sections we're going to, they have the bow and the sword. These will. The Spider God. Coast of Sin. So in case you're wondering, right now I'm mashing the dash button. Nothing's happening. Bow of the Ocean. This is the Y on my controller. Right now I'm just pushing different buttons to see if anything different happens. That in turn will activate the teleporter for us. Eventually I think there will be things trying to hurt us, but I'm not totally sure. Like, one of the impressions I got when I was first looking at this was that I was wondering if there was a Shadow of the Colossus influence, because let's face it, with the title Animal Gods and the various artwork, it kind of looked like there would be some colossi to deal with, and I wouldn't really consider racing around a track to be competing against a Colossus. The two aren't even close, to be honest. A diary rests here. Reads Diary 3 of 18, Coast of Sin. Today is an important day. We're off to visit Sin, the Spider God. And since you only have to pay rupees or have any sort of resource for your arrows, I'm kind of spamming the bow as I go. Sadly, it does seem to interrupt your walking, though. And if you want to clear this fast, it's probably best to just camp a certain spot, wait for the thing to come back to its resting point, and then fill it full of arrows. Like that. Oh, this is annoying. The resting spot is actually outside my range. I must have missed one. There. And there we go. Okay, so those will kill you. And those respawn. A diary rests here. Reads Diary 4 of 18, God Spawn. The Spider God is expected to hatch her eggs. I hope her children are quiet. Of course, we will make sure they are. But today, we're off to visit the Mother. We're off to visit Sin. Checkpoint. And off to the moving platforms we go. And forward we go. How many of these things are there? Okay, checkpoint. Yeah, I figured that was happening again. I think the middle one's probably the most dangerous, since you don't have as much time to get it. Anything hidden over here? Okay, forward. This one is blue. Wonder if I'm not able to destroy it. Okay, I can't kill it. Okay, go this way. And for this one, I'm going to wait until I'm through to pick them off. Checkpoint. Okay, if these only have one hit point, that's not as bad. Okay, no sneaky targets. Diary 5 of 18. They hatched. In my sleep, all the way from the village, I can hear the Spider King crying. And so I came here to see them. I came here to silence them. Look at them, under the water. Look at those pulsing circles. Watch them breathe their last breath. So why are they being killed? Can I shoot it from here? Not effectively. And I can be hid there, so I need to be careful. Looks like the laser's been disabled. And we're through. So I'm kind of wondering if there's an upgrade for this like there was for the, cloak. Okay, I guess it's something that penetrates, because otherwise I can't hit those. No, I can't fire diagonally either. Okay, I can go back for those, I hope. Now this is a tad tedious, making you backtrack when the upgrade's right there. And right now I'm just hoping that all of them actually are dead, because I have no way of seeing about the ones off screen. Okay, we're back at the top. And right now I'm trying to figure out what kind of challenge you're going to throw at me for the animal god with the spider. Piercing shots from moving platforms, or what exactly? Well, one nice thing is that you... This is a big area to have missed one. Oh. Okay, hopefully that was the only one. Okay, overall I think we're a lot safer with this. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this part. So watch out because you can get knocked into the pink box here. Well, I wouldn't really describe it as getting knocked in so much as just getting dragged into. With that, the checkpoint should be achieved. Now I don't have to... Ah, damn it. Okay, how many of these things are there? A diary. Diary 6 of 18. Secrets. Diary. Just one more thing. Sin, the spider god. I promise this is true. Sin. She can talk. So are there any more? Okay, none that seem to be hidden right there. So the big question is whether or not she'll talk to us when we try to release her. And I definitely think the whole releasing aspect gives more of a Shadow of the Colossus vibe than Zelda or anything else, really. So, just like before, except this time the platform might be longer. How many eyes are going to be looking back at us? Listen. Listen to me. Guardian of ancient waters. Guardian of sin. Guardian of the Western Watchtower. Please. Listen to me. Please. Without my children, I am nothing. Save me. Release me. Waste nothing. So be it. Sin, I pray for thee. Let my words release thee. So be it. didn't have to go through an annoying track or anything like that, but we'll worry about the snake next time. So that unlocks the Spider God, last chapter, which I hope is not actually the last, otherwise this is a really, really short game. So they're showing us that one door up there once again. We need to go east this time, but that's for next time. So in order to save your game, you actually have to do save and quit as far as I know. And we're done for now, so I'll see you next time. I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.